We are pressed for time because it's a really big meeting today, but what I want to share with you is a 4-step plan that's going to help you get exceptional ROI through your activities of networking. So can everybody hear me well today? Okay. So there's 4 steps. The good news is we're actually partway through this process today, because the 4 steps, and I'll give you them so you can write them down, then you can write notes next to them if you'd like as well. So the 4 steps are ask, connect, explore, commit. Now, some of you will have just gone, I've just done this on the Member Exchange training, which is fantastic as well. You get the 10-minute version right now. Ask, connect, explore, commit. Ask is your 40-second/30-second pitch at today's meeting. So you've done that. You've told us who you are, what you do, why you do what you do, and who you're looking to connect with. And most importantly, the goal here is to be connected with a referral partner, yeah? Direct referrals and new clients will come organically from the room. You don't need to ask for those in the ask part of the meeting, okay? And this is the paradigm shift. Sometimes I feel like I'm beating people over the head with this part of it because we've done networking for so long, and like 20, 30, 40 years ago, it was all about end clients. It was the same $100 bill being passed around the room. We go, oh yeah, I've done business, $100, yay. And then we go, oh, I'm gonna buy that. So I give Matty $100, and then eventually someone comes and goes, oh, Matt, I'm gonna buy your product and get another $100. And I'm like, that's the same $100 I gave Matty. Because we're just swapping money around the room. Yeah, that doesn't really work because it's not really doing business, it's just false economy. And then we got a bit smarter, so we started doing direct referrals to each other. We said, oh, let's refer people that need the products and services of the people in the room, which is great because it works and it's deliberate and we can take action. And we only refer to the people in the room. It's strategic, but it's still hit or miss. You can't bank it. You don't know how consistently you're going to get referrals, and sometimes you might not get any. So it's a limited opportunity. And what tends to happen is if you're networking in that kind of environment and you leave that environment, the next person that sells your product or service, they start getting the leads and opportunities that you were getting before when you were part of that network. So really, it's not building your business from a long-term perspective, it's just building it for now and then leaving your money on the table when you leave that room. Does that make sense? So what we want to do is we want to take that up to the next level. The referral partner opportunity is where we've got the opportunity. And what I'll ask you to do is, I know you're getting your paid forwards, and I know this is very exciting, but you won't know what to do with them properly if you don't listen to this next 4 steps, okay? So just take your paid forwards, turn them upside down, and look at them later, okay? Can everyone just guarantee me they're gonna do that? I know it's very tempting. I saw how tempted you were with your breakfast earlier. I'm gonna ask you to just put your paid forwards on the table in front of you without looking through them right now. They'll still be there once we finish this presentation, okay? You've made the connection, you've got a great connection to some referral partners, and what we're going to do now, we need to leave this room and we need to connect with one of those referral partners, all the paid forward slips that we've been offered today. Now, who's got a paid forward that they can hand me right now that's been given one here? You're allowed to pass me one if you've got one. Excellent. Thank you, Stevie. So Stevie has got a paid forward. Stevie's been given a paid forward because she's asked for online specialists. Nick's written a paid forward here, and Nick's going to introduce her to someone. I'm not sure who that is because Nick didn't write the name on here, but that's all right. We can still follow up Nick. So this is step 2. This is connect. Stevie needs to email Nick because Stevie has this bit of paper. Nick's handed it. Nick's done 20 or 30 connections probably today. So Nick does not remember that he's given this to Stevie. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to remind Nick who he's given paid forwards to today. So Stevie emails Nick and says, hey, Nick, it was so great to meet you at today's meeting. You offered to connect me with somebody in the online strategy space, as I was asking for. I'd love for that connection to take place. Now, Nick, just to make this connection nice and easy, I'm going to give you a couple of sentences about myself that you can just copy and paste into the email introduction that you're going to write. This is the key to it. So Nick does, how many connections did Nick do today? 15, 20, something like that? No. Easy, right? Nick doesn't want to have to go to your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your website and work out who you are, what you do, and put that into 2 or 3 sentences. That's a lot of work. So you're going to make it nice and easy for Nick. So what you do, Stevie, is you write a couple of sentences about yourself in the third person as Nick would write it for you that he can just copy and paste into the email. So when Nick gets 15 to 20 emails with those connections today, he can just copy, paste, do the intro, send it on, yeah? It's just for making it nice and efficient for Nick. Because Nick's a very generous guy, we would like to make it easy. So when you have one of these today, make sure you email the person that gave you this pay it forward to make that happen. Does that make sense? Yeah. So everybody say, I'm going to email the person who gave me the pay it forward today, right? I'm going to email the person who gave, that's your physical, that's your commitment, right? Make it happen, yeah. Now, if you don't do it today, do it tomorrow. If you don't do it tomorrow, do it the next day, but do it eventually. And if you take a little while to do it, just pre-frame here. Hi, I know it's taken me ages to get this to you. I hope you don't mind, but I'm just sending this pay it forward through. If you're sitting on a bunch of these, who cares? People aren't putting a date of expiry on them. Just start sending them out and just pre-frame it with a little bit of, hey, I'm really sorry it's taking me so long to get this. I got one from someone the other day that was from last year. Who cares? I'm still making the connection. Don't stress about sitting on it. Likewise, if you haven't then followed up and done the connection for somebody else, don't worry. Send them an email saying, hey, I'm really sorry. I didn't send this on. I'm just going to send it now if that's cool with you. Just make it happen. Don't stress on delay. Just make it happen. So that's yours, Stevie. I don't want to take that from you. Once Nick receives that email from Stevie, he's going to introduce Stevie to the person he suggested here or the person he's thinking of. He's going to do a warm introduction, and that's the power of this. Okay, we're not putting a name and phone number of someone on that bit of paper for you to reach out to and coldly call and say, hey, Nick said I should call you. They're like, oh, okay. It's awkward, it's unexpected. So if Nick warmly introduces Stevie to the person he's thinking of, that person is going to feel compelled to want to connect back with you. Now you jump back on that email connection, you say, hey, person that Nick is introducing me to without a name. I'm really excited to connect with you. Thank you, Nick, for connecting us. And I'd love to find out more about what you do. How about we jump on a quick phone call so I can find out more about what you do? That is the goal here, a quick phone call. Anyone tried to build a relationship by email? Doesn't work, right? Relationships are not built via emails backward and forward. They're built through human connection. And for efficiency, we're doing a phone call here or a Zoom call. I often suggest a phone call is a nice way to start the process. I think this is a bit like dating. Yeah. Now, in saying that, I haven't dated. I'm married 23 years this month. I haven't dated for 23 years, probably, well, I was with her for 5 years before that. So it's been a long time. I know what you're thinking. What is he, 21, maybe 22? Yeah. You can start to work the maths out in that one there. So what I suggest is, because this is like a dating process here, when you are dating someone here, and jump in if I'm completely off the mark here, but I think I have an idea. I've got a 17-year-old daughter now. Think about this, right? When you date somebody, the first thing you do is you go out for coffee or you just get to know them or you just find out a little bit more about them. This is the same here, right? Yeah? We're going to do this in the third stage of the process here. So we've done the ask, we've done the connections. We're now going to jump on the phone call and explore the opportunity of this referral relationship. When you jump on the phone, it's the same as our 3 one-to-ones, which you'll do here in today's meeting. You've got these slips here. This is the framework for that third one-to-one and also that 10-minute conversation. Tell me a little bit more about what you do. Now, is there anyone I can connect you with right now? And is there anything I can do to help you right now? You ask those 3 questions. If they reciprocate with some other form of question back, that's a nice person. If they just talk for 10 minutes and there's no sort of reciprocation, this is not a good indication of a first date, yeah? They're not interested in you, forget about it. So if they don't reciprocate, just go, hey, thanks, it's been so great to catch up with you. Of course, if I think of anyone that needs your services, of course, I'll send them your way. Thank you so much. We'll chat again soon, I'm sure. This is an exploration, first date. We're not marrying them just yet. However, if we have a great conversation, there's a great synergy, great energy, then we say, hey, it's been lovely talking to you. I'm really excited about some opportunities that I can think of right now for you and your business. How about we catch up again in a couple of weeks? Same time, couple of weeks, how does that work for you? Yeah, fantastic. So this is a second date, okay? Now, what I do know is that if you offer to marry someone on the first date, they're gonna freak out, right? Yeah, probably not gonna get to the second date because they're gonna go running. This is like referral relationships, yeah? So the 4th stage is commit. Now we're gonna silently commit. We're not gonna push a commitment onto them with a marriage on the first date. So that's why we just say, hey, it's been great getting to know you. I can think of some opportunities right now. I'd love to jump on a phone call again in a couple of weeks. How about same time in a couple of weeks' time, same day? Does that work for you? Fantastic, I'll give you a call, yeah? That way they're thinking, oh, they've thought of me, there's some opportunities. I'd love to jump on another quick conversation. I've kept it short, 10 minutes, yeah? And we can then have that follow-up conversation. Yeah, we're silently thinking, yeah, we're moving into the commitment stage. Yeah, but we're not actually going, hey, I think we're perfect for each other. Let's formalize this into a referral relationship. We'll talk to each other every 2 weeks. We'll prepare for it. They're going to be like, oh my God, this is too full on. See you later. Yeah, don't scare them off on the first date. Go back for a second date. Make sure it's a good fit. And just keep booking a meeting from a meeting until you've actually built commitment in for them. Now, you're still going to follow the framework, but you're not going to scare them off. And that's what that commitment stage is. That is step 4. That's where you continue to meet with this person every 2 weeks. Now, there's a reason it's every 2 weeks, because every 2 weeks is the amount of time that it takes for someone to forget about you. Yeah, just outside of that. You're not top of mind. They might not forget about you, but you're not top of mind. So when they're in front of their ideal clients, if you haven't had a conversation with them in the last 2 weeks, they're not going to think of you when they're in front of your ideal clients. And that's what we want. We want them thinking of us when they're sitting in front of their ideal clients. Why? Because they're prospecting their client list for us to refer to us. And if they're not thinking of us, it's going to somebody else or going to no one at all. Likewise, when you're in front of your clients and having conversations with your clients, you're thinking of that person who's top of mind with you, all those referral partners, because you've met with them in the last 2 weeks. So when someone says, oh yeah, my books are a mess, you go, Victoria, I know the perfect person I'm going to introduce you to. She can sort you out in a jiffy. You've got the person you can refer to straight away. A trusted person that you know, that you've built a relationship over time. Yeah, you might have 3 or 4 bookkeepers who's going to connect well with your client. You're going to pick them off and pair them up perfectly. And that's the commitment stage. Now, the last thing I'll add to the commitment stage, because on this slip it says, how can I help and who can I connect you to? The how I can help is the purpose behind this call. You have to have purpose behind the call, which means if you just have a phone call every 2 weeks, after a while, it's going to seem like it's got no point, no purpose. The how can I help is the purpose behind the call. So you need to have something when they say, well, how can I help you? Actually, I've got this great social media post. I did it. It's about helping business owners do X, Y, Z. It's my 7 strategies to this. It's engagement, not selling. I just love if you could like, comment, and share that post. Likewise, maybe you've got something you could give to me and I could like, comment, share. If they say, oh, I don't have anything, we'll go, I'm just going to jump on your LinkedIn. I'm going to find something that resonates with my clients. I'm going to comment and share it. Do something like that every fortnight with them, and you're going to create great momentum in your business. Now, one referral partner, if you meet with them every 2 weeks across a year, say 20 meetings a year, that is worth about $15,000 to $20,000 per year worth of new business to you, yeah? It's crazy how it works out. It's not an average, it's actually everybody you talk to, everybody we've done case studies with tells us when we add up where their referrals are coming from, whether it's 10 new clients or 1 new client, it actually equals between $15,000 and $20,000 per referral partner following this process. So I know if I jump on a phone call every 2 weeks for about 20 meetings a year, every phone call I make is worth about $20,000 to my business if I'm building this strategy using this strategy. Does that make sense? So who wants to make a $1,000 phone call? Everyone's happy to make a $1,000 phone call, yeah? That's what the level of commitment is. You make that phone call over 12 months by making 20 calls, it's worth $20,000. Hey, but I don't want $20,000 only from my time at networking. I want to build 5 to 10 great referral partners when I'm networking, yeah? There's hundreds of pay it forwards today. Out of every 5 that you get, 1 will be a great referral partner. 1 great referral is worth $20,000. Build 5 to 10 over 12 months. Yeah, 5 to 10. If you get 10, it's a couple of $100,000 worth of new business. Once you're pumping through $100,000 worth, $200,000 worth of new business, hey, maybe you might want to invest in a BDM who can also then do some networking, who can then also implement the same strategy, and you can build your business that way, whilst still doing other forms of marketing, obviously. Yeah. But that is the strategy. That's how you can build 6 and 7-figure returns on your time at networking by using that as the stepping stones to bring on teams, sales managers, all that sort of stuff. Does that make sense? I know I've smashed through that in about 14 minutes. Thank you. I know that's going to cut out one-to-one time down, but I get a very limited opportunity to lecture on this stuff, and I really want to just bang people on the head sometimes. They go, oh, all of a sudden I get it. And I usually have people at the end of this come up and say, I've been doing this all wrong. I finally got it. Now, if you want to deep dive into this, there's actually a series of videos on the member exchange. I think there's 5 or 6 videos. They're about 10 minutes long each, and they'll expand on all these in a bit more of an expanded format. So I encourage every member to jump on and do that. Now, once you have done that, it actually opens up all these other opportunities on the member exchange that you may not have seen yet if you haven't yet done that training. So I recommend you do that as well. Fantastic. I'm going to wrap up there. I don't know where Amy's gone. Where's she's? You're now Amy? Okay. Thank you.